Station Camp. By the way, we're not the only ones wearing ties tonight. You see one of our very well-dressed students right behind us in this Bison student section. Looking good. 15-13 Springfield after a quarter. Both teams shot it really well, Drew. What do you make of the first 8 minutes?
It was a clean quarter. I mean, really well done because the teams are pressuring the basketball really well on the defensive end, but execution has been, and we see it again there from Barbie at that high-post area, but the teams have executed really flawlessly there in the first quarter.
First bucket for Barbie. Again, he's a reserve, but he was one of their leading scorers at 10 a game and 6 boards. Key guy inside for them. Neither one of these teams has a ton of size. Here's Arrington now. Had that bucket late in the first quarter. Is only 2 points in that opening quarter. Waybright had 5 for Station Camp, and Benji Prince with 2 threes has 6 to lead them. Arrington, life tough on him, a lot of contact. Drew Yarbrough to the floor to get the ball. Station Camp trying to reset. Arrington lets it fly. And it's Barbie all over the rebound, and then Trip Fowler came over the back.
I wish we could show that entire possession again, because here's what you see, Jeff. Arrington is such a gifted shooter. And you see Springfield switching all of those screens, and they did it so beautifully. Very connected switches, meaning they get to the point of attack, and they hand it off to their teammate. It was beautifully done, like almost like a clinic there on that possession.
Is that feel? Is that communication? Is it both?
It's both, and then it's preparation. I mean, it is really kudos to the coaching staff and getting that team ready to defend at that level.
Arrington rebounds to Wilson. Miss, and he didn't realize that Chambers was right behind him. The freshman came in and picked the pocket of the junior. Arrington was eyes up. He was thinking about pulling the trigger on a shot. Chambers came in and got it. Now Chambers misses a 3, and Colin Gillespie saves the rebound for Station Camp.
Coach Griggs wanted to be a little more patient on that possession, looking at his Yellow Jacket team, saying, slow down.
Gillespie, Prince wants it again, and he missed that one. Neither team had many three-point misses in the early going. They're combined 5 for 9 right now from downtown. And again, if you're Springfield, you're not as three-point proficient as Station Camp, so the Yellow Jackets have to be thrilled with their perimeter game so far. Barbie, nice back cut feed, and it didn't quite go down for Merritt. Now some numbers here for the Bison. Gillespie passed up the 3 and missed the 2. Barbie another rebound.
A little uncertain right there. Shot it with some hesitancy instead of just jumping up and shooting that basketball with some command. Demarion
Wilson out to the wing on the other side, and there's Claude Chambers. How about the freshman at both ends of the floor? Getting it done right now for Springfield. They're up by 7.
Set up by that Wilson drive. What a great baseline drive and find on the opposite side.
No seniors for Station Camp, only 4 seniors for Springfield. Arrington is double teamed, so they make a couple of extra passes. And now Prince is fouled by Chambers.
Out of the top of the show, we talked about Chapman's offense, but Jeff, his defense, you watch him play, he never stops. He is always competing on every single pass. It is super impressive. And then equally as such, Arrington never stops moving. I mean, both of those guys are going to run several miles tonight with the way that they move.
Stay tuned for the Bart Durham Injury Law Halftime Report. We'll showcase the UA Local 572 Scholar Athletes, shine our educators spotlight on Station Camp Assistant Principal Patrick Duffer. First half highlights and more all coming up during the Bart Durham Injury Law Halftime Report. Bart Durham, you deserve to be paid for what you've gone through. Foul was on Keegan Fox for Springfield, junior. And it's got Colin Gillespie at the line and getting his first point of the night. The Tennessee Homebuyers free throw line. Sell your house the easy way with Tennessee Homebuyers. And the freshman Chambers checking out. Stevie Rawls back in for Springfield. Gillespie, a free sports standout here at Station Camp. Baseball, football, in addition to basketball. Makes them both. It's a 5-point game. So Chambers out. Chapman running more of a point guard role. They got Merritt in there as well. Plenty of ball handling options up top for Springfield. Josh Merritt, a 3-year point guard here at Springfield. One of their 4 seniors. Got Arrington on another switch. Prince has the Merritt assignment. Inside of 4 minutes here before halftime. Chapman's got a one-on-one. Missed the 2, missed it short, and it's rebounded by Hayden Johnson. Wainwright all the way in, missed the layup.
What a great drive, just unable to finish.
And this is Merritt passing up the 3. It ends up as a turnover. Wainwright had it knocked away. Chapman and Rawls are all over him, and then a foul inside. And that will take us to a timeout. It was on Chapman, his first. 3.5 to go here in the second quarter. And it's a Springfield 5-point advantage on the road at Station Camp. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll showcase the Sonic player of the game. Live free, eat Sonic. Jeff M., Drew Maddox, and our wonderful MyTV30 crew back with you here at Station Camp in Gallatin. 3A, Region 5, District 9 tonight. Station Camp and Springfield. The rematch a couple of weeks ago. Springfield won 60-56 on their home floor in double overtime, and they look very strong so far tonight on the road. Drew, what stands out most about the Jackets?
It has been pretty evenly matched, other than the half-court defense for Springfield, I believe, has been the difference, holding Station Camp thus far 38.5% from the field. Obviously, Station Camp shooting well from the three-point line at 50%, but making things very difficult in and around the paint area. Springfield's done a great job of contesting shots.
Connor Arrington, the leading scorer for Station Camp, has 2 points here in the first half. Wainwright underneath, draws a foul. And Liam Wainwright, terrific Station Camp point guard, will go to the line.
I've seen Coach Griggs a couple of times coach his teams up on those baseline drives. He really wants his team to get over and cut the baseline off and not allow those drives to the rim from the baseline. He's coached them up, Jeff, over there. It's really fun to watch him getting his foot over on the line and saying, get your foot to the line. Don't let anybody beat you on the baseline.
You know, we talk about these 3 new Station Camp players. Wainwright, one of them, a transfer from Pope John Paul II. He didn't play a ton of varsity last year as a sophomore. You watch him play tonight as a junior, you'd think he was like a seasoned varsity veteran.
That's right. Well, and a lot of it was because Pope John Paul was one of the best teams in all of Tennessee high school basketball
last year. To crack.
It was tough to find minutes. But it says a lot about him that he stayed in the fight, kept developing, kept wanting to grow, and now we're seeing the fruit of all of that hard work.
Transferred to Station Camp with Aiden Johnson. We told you they played middle school ball with Connor Arrington. So it's a trio that knows each other well, even if they didn't all play together last year. Some pressure here by Springfield, broken by the Bison. Here's Aiden Johnson. He'll try it and hit it.
Yeah, Aiden Johnson can shoot the basketball. He only averages 3.8 points per game, but he shoots 38% from the three-point line. So most of his shots are from the three-point line. And you saw there, I love the little bounce to gather himself and get ready to make that shot.
38% shooter from downtown, also a Station Camp baseball player. Didn't play last year at Pope. And that one is good inside. That's Damarion Wilson. The lead is now 2 for Springfield. It was 7 not that long ago. Harrington inside to Trip Fowler. And Fowler with a hard fall to the floor, trying to wrestle the ball away from Chambers. And it's a jump ball staying at this end.
As we said, you see this three-point shot. I love the quick swing over to Aiden Johnson with the gather dribble to get balance there at the top of the key and knock that shot down.
Right back into Fowler, lost it out of bounds and staying with the Bison. Under 2 minutes before halftime, a 2-point game. Harrington again inside. Waybright around and in.
So good. Station Camp executes their out-of-bounds play so beautifully. I remember us being here a couple of years ago, Jeff, for the Beach game, and they won actually on an out-of-bounds play here in the second half there at the end of that basketball game. But Coach Perry does a great job on special situations.
Yeah, I remember that night well. That was like the My TV 30 magic that somehow always brings a tight game.
Good.
That was a fun night in this gym a few years ago.
You see that one, Waybright threw the basketball in and then curl cut his way around to the other side of the rim for that layup.
And this one gets coughed up. It's going back to Springfield. Johnson trying to go inside again to Waybright. Tied at 22 here, 90 seconds before the half. Chapman tangled up inside, trying to go baseline, and a blocking foul against Colin Gillespie.
I like what Coach Griggs did right there, putting Chapman in the post area. Only had 2 field goal attempts thus far, so trying to get him another opportunity and get an easier look at the basket.
Chambers will set it up. Don't forget, at the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll be showcasing the Sonic drive of the game. Live free, eat Sonic.
Can't shoot. Give it to one. I know he can't shoot.
1 minute to go now before the half. Chapman cuts backdoor, draws a foul, and gets free throws.
It's a great backdoor cut there by Chapman. Great find as well from Merritt, but really like that action there. Coach Griggs does a great job of getting his guys to be patient on the offensive end. They have never been in a hurry here in the first half, and nice use of the back cut there to get Chapman another opportunity.
That's 2 fouls now on Trip Fowler. So Aiden Johnson and Trip Fowler, 2 Station Camp starters, each have 2 fouls. Chapman knocks him down at the line. He's got 7 points, and it's Springfield by 2. Waybright around Wilson. Tough shot. That went down.
So good. Play through contact even on that drive. What a finish. He hung in the air and gathered himself to get that basketball up on the glass and finish it.
Tied up again now. This is Barbie. Got the edge inside. Beautiful move around Fowler, and Elijah Barbie's got 4.
Old school post move right there. Taking that basketball, showing it to the middle with the counter step back to the baseline side.
Out of the corner, Gillespie. And it's going to be Springfield ball. Fowler went down. Wilson went down. They both seem to be okay. And it's Yellow Jackets ball with 12.3. Merritt Now Chambers.
Safety
5
can't
seconds.
switch defense.
Wilson from the corner missed it badly, and that's going to take us to halftime. Springfield led by 2 at the end of 1. They played each other evenly in the second quarter. It's 26-24 Yellow Jackets at the half here in Sumner County. Good first half for the Jackets and the Bison. Liam Waybright leading the way with 10 for Station Camp in that first half. Chapman with 7 for Springfield.
You're watching the Bart Durham Injury Law Halftime Report. You deserve to be paid for what you've gone through. We're proud to present the UA Local 572 Scholar Athlete of the Week. This week's Scholar Athletes are Kingela Thompson from Kirkwood High School and Emilio Famano from Rossview High School. Kingela is a 3-year varsity cheerleader, a 2-year cheer team captain, and has a 4.0 GPA. Emiliano is a AAA 2-time district champion, an all-state district team member, and also has a 4.0 GPA. These all-stars are now entered for a $5,000 scholarship at the end of the season. Congratulations to our UA Local 572 Scholar Athletes of the Week. You're watching the Bart Durham Injury Law Halftime Report. You deserve to be paid for what you've gone through.
Back with you here at Station Camp High School in Gallatin. High school hoops. Friday night action, Springfield and the Station Camp Bison. Jeff Hem back with you. Pleased to be joined by Patrick Duffer, assistant principal here at Station Camp for our Educator Spotlight. Patrick, good to see you. Thank you for having us. I know your student section behind us has had a lot of fun already tonight. It's a great atmosphere. What's it mean for you guys to have My TV 30 here on this night?
It's an awesome opportunity. We always enjoy having you guys out, and anytime that we can just add to the environment. Our guys have been home for 8 days now with some snow days, so they're a little bit more rambunctious than normal, but it's always good to have you guys out.
Well, share with us some of the accomplishments of your fall and winter sports programs first.
Sure, yes, sir. This fall and winter both have been very positive as far as the accomplishments for most of our programs. Actually, Unified Bowling They just completed their season. They finished second at the state level. I think this is the third year we've had unified bowling, so just within a short period of time, they finished second at the state level. Our wrestling team, that's a crazy story. We've only had that program on campus for 4 years, and within 4 years, they've put themselves on the map at a state level. This last season, they just finished third at the state level for team competition, and they lost to the eventual state champion and fought their way back to the consolation to finish third for team. And then I just got word a little bit ago that at the individual region competition over at East Robertson, we had 13 of the 14 guys advance to the sectional. So that's pretty impressive for a program that we've only had on our campus for 4 years now.
Wow.
And, as far as girls soccer, they've won a couple state championships. Within the soccer world, boys and girls soccer, they are 1 year removed from a state championship, Final Four. This year, and cross country, we've had a couple all-state runners in the fall semester, and then our boys golf team, they finished the first time in school history as a team being able to make a state appearance. So a lot of positives in the fall and winter.
And we're going to show folks a visual here of what's going on in the gym right now at midcourt. Share what's happening with this ceremony, if you would.
Okay, this is just our coming home event. We do this annually. For football season, we have what's called homecoming. Basically, we crown a female that is voted by the student body. During basketball season, we have coming home, which we have our student body nominate, and then there's a vote, and then we're going to crown a king tonight for coming home.
Wow. And you were talking about fall and winter. What about what's coming up in the spring for you guys here at Station Camp?
Yeah, got a lot going on in the spring as well. In particular, boys soccer. They're the defending state champions, so they'll be defending that state championship. Boys, baseball. We're 1 year removed from a runner-up in baseball. In 3A, and then softball. Our softball team just went to a second sectional in school history last year. So a lot of high expectation and promise for our spring sports as well.
And I know there are some improvements coming or ongoing that are part of Sumner County capital projects for Station Camp. What can you share there?
Yes, sir. The floor that you actually see, we had some damage a couple years ago, and county graciously stepped up and provided some capital funding for a brand new floor. As you can see, beautiful floor, brand new wood. Everything is a brand new project from about 2 years ago. More recently, our football field, we just had a surface complete redoing of the grass surface, but more specifically, the rubberized track was installed this last year. That's a big deal. One, we're now hosting multiple opportunities for middle school track events, high school track events, some state qualifying events. And the neatest thing about the track opportunities is we host Sumner County's Special Olympics. So that's a really fun opportunity for us to host hundreds of special needs students through the Special Olympics program. So that's a humbling experience.
You guys are busy. That's a long list of things. What a wonderful list to highlight here. We so much appreciate you guys having us, and we remind you that for having us tonight, Station Camp High School receives a $500 charitable donation from our friends at Sonic and High School Hoops and MyTV30. So thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Patrick Duffer, the assistant principal here at Station Camp in Gallatin. Springfield by 2 over the Bison here at the half.
You're watching the Bart Durham Injury Law Halftime Report. You deserve to be paid for what you've gone through.
With you here at Station Camp High School. Terrific first half for the Yellow Jackets and the Bison. Tight game after one. Tight game here at the midway point. Jeff M. and Drew Maddox back with you and our great MyTV30 crew. So glad you're with us for another Friday night of hoops. That was a fun first half. Springfield got off to a really good start. Station Camp jumped in. They were down 7 at one point. What do you make of the first 16 minutes?
Yeah, I thought it was an extremely efficient first half by both teams on both ends of the court.
Yeah.
Like they executed on the offensive end, but the defensive game plans, you could see the switching defenses, the ability to pressure the basketball. I was super impressed with what both teams did, the preparation by both of these coaches coming off of not having much practice time. I thought they played a great half of basketball.
Well, we talked about watch for Springfield to go to the basket. Let's look at some highlights. They're on the perimeter. What do we know? I mean, they look very comfortable shooting the basketball in that first half.
Yeah, shot 52.6% from the field, but 50% from the three-point line. That shot there by Merritt got him started, but Chapman had 7 points in the first half. He did score in a variety of ways. He made a three, had that nice drive as well. But Springfield, I thought, was really, really patient. There's his three-point shot as well, hitting that high post area and finding him on the perimeter. But Station Camp, I thought the play that obviously Prince making 2 3-point shots, but really it was Lim Wainwright. Lim Wainwright had, you saw Arrington, that was his only 2 points in the first half, but Wainwright had 11 points, Jeff, there in the first half, and really bailed out his team.
And look at that offense, 43% from downtown for Springfield, 50% for Station Camp, and free throws, everybody getting it done for Station Camp, rebounding pretty even. Both teams, I feel like, Drew, took pretty good care of the basketball, too, for the most part in that first half.
Absolutely. I mean, once again, it was a clean first half. I mean, I thought both of these teams executed exactly what they sought out to do. Chapman, they made it difficult on him, held him to 7 points on 2 field goal attempts. And then Arrington, what Springfield did to him on the defensive end, only 2 field goal attempts and 2 total points in the first half.
A lot of big shots in the first half. Let's take a look at some other big shots across the country in the last week here on High School Hoops.
Here are the best high school hoops plays from across the country.
Ball up, no good. Another big slam. This one over Matthew Gladden. Over the back, doesn't matter.
They got the numbers now. And Patterson on the 3. Yes, sir. 3 balls to Wayne Patterson Jr. from deep.
But he can't connect. Long lead pass to Talented. Look out. Talented with the throwdown. About a third dunk for MVM. Yeah. Get your cameras ready for Mikkel Bruce McCroman and
Just a really fast guy in there.
there's another one.
Oh my gosh. That was right in the face of Triplett.
Puckett for the lead.
Got it.
30 for Puckett. Getting set for the third quarter here at Station Camp. Springfield 26, Station Camp 24. Jeff M., Drew Maddox, and our MyTV 30 crew back with you. And you can't come to Station Camp High School for a basketball game and not talk about the great John Jenkins.
John Jenkins was incredible. Gatorade Player of the Year, led the state in scoring. I believe he averaged over 43 points per game his senior year here in this gymnasium. Went on to play at Vanderbilt, was a star. Came out early entry after his third year. Vanderbilt was a 23rd pick by the Atlanta Hawks, but that doesn't tell the whole story, Jeff. I mean, just an incredible young man. I had the privilege of coaching him for many years. Love his parents. Mr. and Miss Jenkins are incredible people, but the love that he has for this community and the way that he displays that and gives back in this community, it is beautiful to see. And this place was very special to him, and he comes back and has been a model alum for Station Camp High School.
Some of their great program memories came with him on the floor, and then you see to the left of that their Final Four appearance in 2016 when they went 36-2. Fun to go down memory lane a little bit here at Station Camp, and now time to play ball. Myron Level gets it in right in front of our vantage point. Springfield ball to start the third quarter here in Sumner County. These two teams went to double overtime. Springfield won it a couple of weeks ago. Tonight, the rematch, and only a few regular season games left for both clubs after tonight.
Coach Perry talked about his willingness to play a little bit of zone, and we see that on the first possession here in the third quarter.
Yeah, the thought was Springfield not lethal from downtown, but they were in that first half. It'll be interesting to see how much of that defense gets played in the second half. There's Josh Merritt. The stats that were provided to us didn't have every single Springfield game, but it had most of them. Merritt is a 14% three-point shooter. That was a beautiful stroke from downtown, and now the Bison can't quite answer.
Love that call from Station Camp. We call that ghost, where you drive the basketball to the baseline and skip it out the backside corner. Other people call it hammer. But what a great play out of the halftime for Station Camp. But what about Merritt? His shot looks so pure. He's absolutely a better three-point shooter than what the statistics show.
Yeah. And now Aiden Johnson just picked up his third foul for Station Camp, too. Less than a minute in to the third quarter. And this is a Myron Level at the line in there. Johnson has to come out. Picked up his third. Liam Waybright was involved on that defensive play, too. I thought for a moment they might give Waybright the foul. It would have been his second. Instead, it's Johnson's third. And Level hits one at the line. And Springfield with the three by Merritt. And now the free throw up by 7, just like that. Gillespie on the drive. Got it down.
That was so pretty. What a great use of the high ball screen, the kick back to Gillespie. I love the ability to drive it right back downhill to get that opportunity for himself.
Stevie Rawls had it knocked away by Arrington.
You see this, Gillespie, that's there after he had just made that nice little jump shot. Gillespie came into this game 3.6 points per game, up to 5, so he's almost already doubled. And he's going to have to play some big minutes here with Johnson with 3 fouls.
And Andrew Perry figured that Gillespie, one of their better defenders, would get a lot of time on Jalen Chapman tonight, too. He's guarding him right now. Here we go. Chapman against Gillespie. Now Merritt again. How about that stroke?
This shot looks so good. I mean, once again, sometimes you don't always believe the statistics.
I'm raising my hand
in this
on
case, you cannot believe the statistics. I mean, that shot looks absolutely pure from the perimeter.
Yeah, Waybright fouled along the baseline.
Did you even doubt that he was going to make that? Once he got into his shot mechanics, it was like that ball was going down, and I love the celebration after the make.
Arrington had it taken away. Good defense by Merritt. And he goes all the way in. Out to Level. And he traveled. Biggest lead of the night, though, right now for Springfield. They were up by 7 at one point in the first half, up by 8 early in the second half.
We're going to have to figure out a way to get Arrington some shots. They got to get him some looks. maybe some screening action.
He's only attempted 2 shots tonight.
Yeah, just once again, a great defensive job from Springfield, particularly Chapman, in that switching defense, man-to-man that they've deployed on the half-court end.
Chapman, no. Level, yes.
Level's been good in this game. Made a 3-point shot, has had a couple free throws, and they're a nice little offensive putback.
Fowler, short, gets his own miss, and missed the bunny. Tried a 3rd time. That one's good.
You just want to pad his stats and get those offensive rebounds. Get that rebound average up.
First bucket of the night for junior Trip Fowler. Again, Station Camp does not have any seniors. They came into this year with Connor Arrington, really their only returning big-time contributor from a year ago. They graduated 2,000-point scorers from last year's.
I love the work from Fowler here. Many people would get frustrated, Jeff, if you're not able to make those shots, but he stayed with it. But he get 3 shot attempts and 2 offensive rebounds to get those 2 points.
Jalen Chapman buries the first free throw. 8 now for Chapman.
12-yard court ball.
Love the way Chapman pursued that offensive rebound. He went up and won that rebound. That was a man's rebound. Rewarded himself with 2 free throws.
21 points per game for Chapman, 6 boards, 2.5 assists, 3-level scorer, typically guards the other team's best player too. He does so much for Springfield. He's got 9 now, they're up by 10. Here's Harrington, short on it. It comes out to him though, and he'll go in and score.
There you go, I love that. Hunting your shot after you're able to get that rebound as you see that turnover created from Station Camp, but I love seeing Arrington get a little bit more aggressive. Like, I don't even care if you take some bad ones. Just get some attempts up at the rim.
Springfield by 8, Station Camp ball. And it's going to be Springfield ball.
I believe what they called there, Jeff, was the cutter Prince went out of bounds on the baseline and then re-entered the play and called it a turnover for now it's Springfield ball.
4 minutes left in the third. Springfield was key tonight on not hurrying up as an offense if it wasn't there. Barbie's miss, rebounded. Arrington up to Waybright. Big take.
Waybright's so long at the rim. Now 13 points. Most of his production being around the rim.
Merritt. Another one for Josh Merritt.
He knew it was in too. He took off after that ball left his fingertips. He had already run back to the defensive end.
He's 4 for 5 from downtown tonight. Springfield by 9 again. And a foul against the Yellow Jackets. It looks like it's going to be on Jalen Chapman. It is. That's his second. Josh Merritt has come tonight ready to fire. 4 threes for the senior point guard. And the Jackets are up by 9. A strong start to this third quarter for the Springfield Yellow Jackets. They've led by as many as 10. Right now they lead by 9 over Station Camp on the road. Don't forget, later in tonight's game, we'll showcase the Sonic player of the game, Live Free, Eat Sonic. And right now, what a job by the tandem of Josh Merritt and Jalen Chapman.
Unbelievable when you start to think about Merritt. As you said, Jeff, 14.3% were the stats we were given for Merritt for the season, but 4 for 5 from the three-point line, 12 points. But I've been so impressed with just his calming influence in handling the basketball, getting Springfield into their actions. You see Arrington there with at least an attempt coming out of that timeout. I love that shot.
Pretty good
nice
look.
little staggered screens that he was able to use right there.
And that's Jaden Dunn with a miss. Jalen Chapman again, he's been busy on the offensive glass. This is Dunn fighting for it, and a timeout was taken by Anthony Griggs in Springfield, so they will retain possession. Possession arrow was in favor of Station Camp, so the Jackets will get another chance here.
This is dangerous territory right here for Station Camp. It's a 9-point difference. Springfield, it feels like, has a lot of the momentum, a lot of the energy in this game, and Station Camp's needing to roll off a couple of stops in a row and the ability to translate that into production on the offensive end.
Yellow Jackets are 6 for 11 tonight from downtown, and 4 of those threes belong to Josh Merritt.
We're talking to Coach Griggs. He wasn't really concerned about the record as well. You know, we were talking about it because the football team had such a great amount of success this last year, going deep into the playoffs, lost some early close games. So the record isn't really indicative of what this team presents here in 3A basketball.
And I mentioned a moment ago, Merritt was 4 out of 5. That's his overall field goals. He has not missed a 3. He is 4 for 4 in downtown. He's got the ball right now. His team up by 9. Now Chapman, he's got 9 points right now. 4 assists for the terrific junior. Claude Chambers moving it around to Mariana Wilson. Lost it. Gets it back. No hurry right now for Springfield. Chapman up against Gillespie, knocked him over. Third foul on Chapman now.
You're going to have to watch that really close, but I love what Gillespie did there. It felt like Springfield had a little bit of a mismatch size advantage. Gillespie did a great job of squaring up and taking that charge right in the chest once Chapman had made his move to the basket.
Chapman's going to stay in with those 3 fouls. Aiden Johnson with Station Camp in there right now with 3 fouls. This is Waybright. Missed it. Rebounded by Chambers. Waybright comes out on Merritt, knocked it away. And Liam Waybright draws a foul at the other end. Boy, he just went and took the ball.
Yeah, Waybright is a crafty player. You know, he's long, he's athletic, he's quicker than you think, and you see there even pressure in the basketball, how fast his hands were. He just took a chance and took a risk to go get that steal.
Got the first free throw, 61% at the line for Liam Waybright. Station Camp last year graduated 2,000-point scorers, Seth Bailey and Ty Thurston. Then they lost 3 other players to transfer. Guard J.P. Strong is playing for his dad, James, at Davidson Academy. You can understand why he would have gone and followed his dad. They lost guard Collier Cleaves to Hillsborough. He's got a brother coaching there. And then one of their post players, 6'8" Logan Williams, transferred to Pope Prep, where Liam Waybright and Aiden Johnson came from to join Station Camp. So the Bison, without a senior, lost 2 guys to graduation, lost 3 guys to transfer, added 3 to transfer, really only returned Connor Arrington among the main rotation. And they're 15-6 on the year. Now they pick the pocket of the Jackets. To the other end, Waybright, and 1.
Waybright again, though, creating that, Jeff, with his quick hands. He was the one that actually deflected the basketball on the defensive end. And I love just how strong he is around the basket. He uses his size. Great finish there for that and 1 opportunity.
17 for Waybright. In and out on the free throw attempt. And saved into the hands of Waybright. He got fouled again. 19 now for Liam Waybright. And going right back to the free throw line.
Incredible play. That was just incredible play. Watch this play right here. Saving that basketball back in, and he was in the right place at the right time, securing that ball and able to now go back and have another chance for a three-point play.
And now you got 3 fouls on Josh Merritt. Waybright converts just like that. He's up to 20 points in the game. And with 70 seconds left in the third, 2 very important Yellow Jackets players have 3 fouls. Chapman is on the bench with 3. Merritt is staying in with 3. And a timeout taken by Anthony Griggs. Well, just about a minute ago, Drew, you were talking about danger zone for the Bison. They have gotten right back into this game.
Yeah, with the 7-0 run, it was 41-32. Yellow Jackets had just secured a timeout on a dive on a loose ball. They had all the energy, all the momentum, and we said Station Camp needed some stops. And what started to happen, it was Lynn Waybright. 2 steals. It created live ball turnovers, a chance to get into transition. Then they converted on the other end and had a couple chances at some and one opportunities as well. So now all of a sudden you find yourself only down 2 points.
41-39 Springfield. There's Andrew Perry, 4th-year Station Camp head coach after 9 years as an assistant. You're under a minute to go in the third. And again, worth reminding you who's got the foul issues. For Aiden Johnson for Station Camp, he's got 3. And then 2 very important Yellow Jackets have 3. Their dynamic backcourt of Jalen Chapman and Josh Merritt each with 3. For Station Camp, Aiden Johnson is not in there right now with his 3 fouls. And both Merritt and Chapman are in there for Springfield. They get it into Level, who sneaks in and missed the shot. Gets his own rebound after it got tapped away. Chapman against Gillespie. Steps through and draws a foul. Savvy move by the junior.
It's a great out-of-bounds play, first of all, coming out of that timeout to get Level that opportunity. Thought he had made it, but I love that he stayed with it, though. Even after the miss, he got his own rebound, and he stayed with it and made a great kick-out pass to Chapman.
Chapman in and out, still sitting on 9 points. 2 of 4 at the line now. He's 62% on the year. One of their highest scoring players in Middle Tennessee at 21 a game. Now he's got 10. And Merritt with 3 fouls comes out.
See what Station Camp does here if they hold it for 1 with the possession arrow in their favor for the 4th quarter as well.
Harrington, only 4 points for Station Camp's leading scorer, yet they're down by just 3. 20 seconds left. Benji Prince hit a couple of threes early. A lot of perimeter threats here for Station Camp. Springfield's defense coming way out. Now Waybright gets fouled. They had one. Actually, it's going to be a bonus situation. 2 free throws here. Station Camp was already in that bonus. That's 16 fouls now for Springfield in the quarter, so Waybright's going to the line. Station Camp would have a foul to give if Springfield's coming up with 8 seconds left and Station Camp wants to interrupt them. Waybright, 21 points now. 6 of 7 at the line. See Station Camp getting back on defense already. And it's a 1-point game. Merritt back in with the 3 fouls as they're on offense. It's Barbie from the top, off the glass. Didn't get it down. And that full court heave by Arrington, I think would have counted had it gone. He almost got it down. What a wild third quarter. We've got a 1-point game. They went to double overtime a couple of weeks ago. Fourth quarter of this one coming up. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll showcase the Sonic drive of the game. Live free, eat Sonic. Set for the fourth quarter, Springfield by 1, Station Camp ball. 2 weeks ago at Springfield, it was a double overtime Yellow Jackets win. It certainly looks like this one is going down to the wire tonight here in Sumner County. And a foul will send Trip Fowler to the line.
I think he called a charge on that.
Well, you're right. It's on Fowler, which is his third now. Elijah Barbie drew the offensive foul. So Springfield gets it up by 1. It's been tight the whole night if you're just tuning in. Springfield led by 2 after 1, led by 2 at the half, and then Station Camp outscored them by a point in the third. Now a turnover. Chapman unable to connect with Barbie.
See Springfield extending their defense this time as well. First time we've really seen that.
Aiden Johnson with 3 fouls, gets it across to Prince. Prince on the drive, tough shot, and draws a foul. Benji Prince is a 65% free throw shooter. That foul was on Jalen Chapman, who now has 4. All right, Coach Drew, how are you approaching this?
I think at this point you have to protect him. So you got to at least try to buy some time while it's still kind of a 1 or 2 possession game. But I wonder if they're aware that he has 4 fouls. I've not seen a move by Coach Griggs. Here we go. Now we see a substitution at the scores table.
But it'll have to wait at least until after this possession. Merritt calls a timeout, which Springfield will have 2 remaining now after this one. It will allow them to get Chapman out of the game. They were going to sub him out. And Merritt, trying to avoid a change in possession arrow, calls the timeout.
So I have to see where they go to get some offense here. Obviously, with Chapman coming out of the game, he is the second leading scorer tonight with 10 points, but it's been Merritt's 4 3-point shots that give him 12 points. But other than that, it really goes to Level, Barbie, Chambers. All of those guys are about 4 or 5 points tonight. So who's going to be the one that can really step up and get a basket for Springfield with Chapman out of the game?
And are you keeping him out until the score were to vary dramatically?
Yeah, so you're looking at the time and you're looking at the score. You're looking at both. So as long as, my rule always was, as long as it was within 1 possession, we're going to protect inside of 4 minutes in the fourth quarter. Now, if it gets outside of that, then you got to take the risk.
And Myron Level draws a foul. He will get some free throws. And that one is on Aiden Johnson, who just picked up his 4th for Station Camp. So thicken the plot here. Two very important players, each with 4 fouls. Johnson knows he's coming out. Colin Gillespie's coming back in. Level at the Tennessee Homebuyers free throw line. Sell your house the easy way with Tennessee Homebuyers. A Myron Level with 6 points tonight. And he got them both.
Big mates needed those points. They've been stuck on 42 for quite a while.
Up by 3 now. Waybright to Arrington from way out, but the shot won't count either way because there's a foul.
Was it a
call
call
to Marion Wilson?
I'm so sorry, Jeff. Was the call on the screen, like pushing
Yes,
through the screen?
I believe
okay,
so.
Got it.
Wilson picking up the personal foul. He's got 2. We've got a Myron Level for Springfield shadowing Arrington. It leaves an open man in the corner. Gillespie airballed the 3. And then he tried to get the steal. Some numbers here for Springfield. And a traveling violation. Boy, that was a missed opportunity there for the Jackets.
Looked like they had numbers and a chance to score that basketball. That would have been big in transition.
Jalen Chapman remains on the Springfield bench. The Yellow Jackets lead is 3. 6 minutes left. Prince tried to go back door. It wasn't there. Merritt picked it off. And now Level, the take and the score.
That's 4 big points from Level since Chapman has checked out of the game. And once again, that allows Chapman to stay on the bench for Springfield to be confident that it's going to be okay.
And now the 3rd team foul for Springfield. That's on Wilson, his 3rd.
What a drive and finish by Level there. Level just had made 2 free throws and then that nice finish of 4 straight points. Once Station Camp had cut it to 1 point.
Waybright's had the big night for the Bison. Arrington got 3, got it.
So good. Love that from Connor Arrington. 2 bounces, got to his spot, rose up. Nice mid-range finish.
46-43 Springfield. 1 possession game. And a foul on the floor on the take by Merritt.
So good from Arrington right there. Getting to the free throw line. Kind of the lost art in today's game. Getting to the free throw line. Mid-range shot. Beautifully done.
Barbie corrals that tough pass. Wilson on the take and missed the shot. Goes for his own miss. Barbie draws a foul. Boy, they've been relentless on the offensive boards. And it's going to send Barbie to the line. Trip Fowler just picked up his 4th. So you got Aiden Johnson and Trip Fowler for Station Camp, each with 4 fouls. Johnson's already on the bench. Barbie makes the free throw. He's got 5 points. Back at the Tennessee Homebuyers free throw line. Sell your house the easy way with Tennessee Homebuyers. The fouls are a big part of this year. Chapman for Springfield on the bench with 4. Johnson for Station Camp on the bench with 4. And Fowler staying in for Station Camp with 4. Harrington
Great
in
pass.
the Fowler. What a feed.
Woo, that was pretty.
And back to a 1-possession game. Good hands there by Fowler. Got the passing lane of the back-cutting of Myron Level. Now Aiden Johnson with 4 fouls coming in. Fowler with 4 coming out, so they trade places.
Love that pass there. Look at that nice handoff. Fowler with the nice dive to the basket, but Arrington with the dime to his teammate.
And there's Barbie inside. Such a strong presence for them on the interior.
Where was the production going to come from? And Springfield has found it. That's 4 straight possessions they have scored since Chapman has checked out of the basketball game.
And they are in no hurry to have to put him back in the way this is going right now. Arrington. Here's Barbie. Got around Arrington and scores. What a move. 10 now for Elijah Barbie. Springfield by 7. Open Prince out of the corner. Airballed it. And inside a foul. I think that's against Gillespie. He was trying to clear out for the offensive rebound. Yep. 3rd foul on Gillespie. Elijah Barbie and the Yellow Jackets are feeling it right now. They've opened up a 7-point lead with 3.5 to go here in Sumner County.
All of us would like to take a moment to thank the wonderful sponsor partners Sonic, South College, Bart Durham Injury Law, UA Local 572, TN Homebuyers, and Josh Houston and Associates, who through their contributions to the program make these games possible for you viewers at home. And we especially like to thank tonight's participating high schools and their administrators for their continued support.
Back with you at Station Camp High School. Josh Merritt at the free throw line for the Yellow Jackets. They've got a 7-point lead. Their best player, Jalen Chapman, is on the bench with 4 fouls and has been for the last few minutes, but they played so well without him, Drew. It's turned into not a luxury, but no urgency to have to get him back in.
Absolutely. We talked about that 4-minute mark was kind of the barometer to see where you're at. And now you find yourself up 7 points. You can keep him on the bench.
Harrington got the rebound, trapped in the corner. Finds Wainwright. Bison down 7. Inside Fowler with 4 fouls. Missed the shot. Rebounded by Level. And this is where the Station Camp defense might have to try to force the issue. Level goes all the way in. Missed the shot. Barbie the offensive rebound. And what a night he's turning out to have.
He's been fantastic in this quarter. 8 points in this quarter. Up to 8 rebounds as well. 12 points on the night.
And a blocking foul against Demarion Wilson, who's just picked up his 4th foul. And Jalen Chapman is at the scorer's table about to come back in. And here he is with 4 fouls. Boy, what a storm Springfield weathered for those few minutes. Didn't just weather it, turned the game on a dime in their favor. They're up 9 now.
Pretty incredible. 4 guys into double figures as well. What balance with this Springfield Yellow Jacket team.
And they get 21 a game from Chapman, but balance is a word that Anthony Griggs used with us today, talking about this matchup. Wanted them to use their athleticism. They have done that. Their defensive pressure has made life pretty tough on Station Camp out on the perimeter. I told you the Bison averaged 7 threes a game. They've only hit 4 tonight. Barbie lost it off his foot out of bounds. Now Gillespie back in. And Fowler with 4 fouls will come back out. Stacia Camp and Andrew Perry trying to manage the foul situation on their side. Waybright all the way in. Tough shot, drew contact, no call. 2.5 to go. Waybright steals it. Scores and one. He's got 24 now.
What a great play by Waybright not to give up. I thought he got fouled on the first attempt, but got back into the play, created another steal. I believe that's his 3rd and 1 that he's had in this half.
And the foul was on Josh Merritt, who has 4. So Chapman and Merritt each have 4 for Springfield. Waybright's got 25 points, and they get another turnover. Arrington for 3. Got it! Here's Level on the take, unable to answer. Prince the rebound. It's a 3-point game inside of 2 minutes. Timeout, Station Camp. What a turn.
Lim Waybright, we missed the steal. But after he got the N1, he creates the steal and then finds his buddy Arrington for Connor's first 3-point make on the night. Now Connor Arrington up to 9 points here in this game.
Just when you thought Station Camp was in a world of trouble, they get some turnovers. They get Waybright up to 25 points. Arrington hits a 3. Now you got all kinds of time with 1 minute and 50 seconds left in a 3-point game. And there's the Station Camp huddle. That's Hayden Johnson right there. He's got 4 fouls. Trip Fowler has 4 fouls. And then you got 2 Yellow Jackets on the other side. Their backcourt, which has been so good tonight, of Chapman and Merritt with 4 fouls apiece.
We talked about the efficiency and how good these teams have been, but the turnover bug has showed up here in the second half for Springfield. Now up, Jeff, to 14 turnovers. A majority of those coming here in the second half.
Station Camp ball down by 3. Johnson will inbound with those 4 fouls. Prince, Waybright, Arrington, and Gillespie are in there. Gillespie's also got 4 fouls, and Arrington inside draws a foul.
What a great play after the timeout.
It's on Level. He is not in foul trouble for Springfield.
It was beautifully done. Coming out of the timeout, they set up all this action coming towards the basketball and took Connor Arrington, who they knew was going to be face guarded, and back cut him directly from the corner to get that chance to go to the free throw line.
Tennessee Homebuyers free throw line. Sell your house the easy way with Tennessee Homebuyers. Arrington, an outstanding free throw shooter, 79%. He's got a double-digit total now with 10 points. Too strong on that one. Rebounded by Chapman. They triple team Chapman, and it's taken away. Waybright scores. We're tied at 54. And a foul in the backcourt. Who was it on? It was on Aiden Johnson, who's just fouled out. And it's also putting Chapman and the Yellow Jackets in the bonus.
See, Johnson created that steal to find Waybright for that layup. And I'm not sure why they're allowing the free throw to be shot without on the 5th foul. Johnson should have to exit this basketball game.
Unless they called it on Fowler, who also would have fouled it. Yeah, they must have. The way Johnson turned around, I think he thought they were calling it on him. They must have called it on Fowler. Both guys had 4 fouls. So Johnson is still alive. Chapman makes 1 out of 2. Springfield leads by 1 with 90 seconds left. Both teams are in the bonus. Here's Waybright. Blocked away by Chapman. Taken away by Level. And he's fouled in the backcourt. And a Myron Level will get free throws.
Great team defense by Springfield. It looked like Waybright had the leverage. But look at that. With 4 fouls, for Chapman to go straight up in the air and block that shot, that was a big-time play.
And these are massive free throws for the sophomore, Myron Level. He's 4 for 6 at the stripe tonight. That one's pure. And he's into double figures. They now have 5 players in double figures for Springfield. We'll check it, 4 players in double figures. And there's a holdup at the scorers table. We're checking the foul totals. Yeah, we got an issue here. I think Aiden Johnson, look at this. Aiden Johnson, who we thought fouled out.
That's what I thought.
Then we're like, okay, it must have been Fowler. The scorers table has alerted the officials that it wasn't Fowler that had fouled out. It was Johnson. So Aiden Johnson is gone. And Level around and in.
He got some bonus possessions out of that. That was really well done.
3-point lead for Springfield. Arrington off a curl. Can't tie the game. Rebounded by Barbie. Taken away by Gillespie. Prince, the runner, got it down. 1-point game. First basket for Benji Prince since those early threes. And now with 63 seconds left, it's 57-56.
It's been the turnovers. Station Camp is relentless after missed shots. They just continue to play. Their pressure in the backcourt has created some turnovers. Now Springfield up to 15 turnovers. Station Camp, 19 points after turnovers. That's the significant stat that has kept Station Camp in this basketball game.
57-56 Springfield with 1:03 to go. Andrew Perry and the Bison break their huddle. There's Arrington. He's on the floor with Waybright, Prince. Drew Yarbrough's in now along with Colin Gillespie. Aiden Johnson and Colin Gillespie each with 4 fouls. Jaden Dunn gets it into Merritt. Merritt playing with 4 fouls. And he is fouled in the backcourt by Benji Prince. And it's going to send Josh Merritt to the line with exactly 1 minute left. And Merritt's a good free throw shooter. 77% for the senior Springfield point guard, who tonight is 0 for 2 at the line. Misses it.
So this is a crucial make right here. Not only are you able to go up 2 points, but it sets up your defense as well.
There you go. 13 for Merritt, 2-point game. Each team will sub. Wilson in for Springfield. Merritt with 4 fouls is out for the Yellow Jackets. Yarbrough checks right back out for Station Camp. And they bring Tripp Fowler in. Gillespie into Waybright. Up against Chapman with those 4 fouls. Missed the shot. Loose ball. Down to the floor. And a tie-up. Possession arrow Yellow Jackets with 43.8. And again, teams are going to keep subbing offense for defense. Yarbrough back in. Fowler out for Station Camp. Here's Chapman. Gets around the double team. Gets around Waybright. Goes all the way into Barbie for the layup.
Great job by Chapman. beating the press by himself to his left hand, getting that layup.
Arrington got to have it. Missed it. Loose ball. Second chance for the Bison. Down by 4. Out of the corner. That one's no good for Prince. And a foul on the rebound attempt. And it'll take us to the other end. Rajaden Dunn was battling for the rebound. And Demarion Wilson battling for the rebound, and he got fouled. And he will go to the free throw line with 20.3 to go. Demarion Wilson at the strike. He's 1 for 2 at the line in the game. Back to the Tennessee Homebuyers free throw line. Sell your house the easy way with Tennessee Homebuyers. In and out. Yarbrough leaves. Fowler back in for the Bison. Wilson, a senior, one of the 4 Springfield seniors. Yellow Jackets have already won more games this year than they won all of last year. They've got a 5-point advantage with 20.3 to go. Well, Drew, we know Station Camp has to go quickly in a 2-possession game. How are you approaching it if you're the Bison?
Yeah, you've got to get to the rim quickly. 2 or 3, it doesn't matter. Just get a basket, get it to a 1-possession game. You have 2 timeouts, more than enough time to stretch possession. You should be able to create at least 3 more possessions in this game. And you've been so productive in the backcourt with your defensive pressure. So you get a score at the rim, cut it to 3, call timeout, set up your press, and then establish that pressure in the backcourt to create another turnover.
Let's take a look at our Sonic drive of the game. Live free, eat Sonic. As we look at the Bison huddle, the Sonic drive of the game involves the Bison. It was Connor Arrington up to Liam Waybright. Through traffic up against Josh Merritt. Got the bucket to go down. Part of a 27-point night for Liam Waybright. And that's the Sonic drive of the game. Live free, eat Sonic. A little bit of pressure here for Springfield. Don't want to give it away. Waybright under the hoop and could not connect with Prince. Sounded like it partially hit the basket, went away from the corner. And it is now Springfield ball.
Looked like they had made the decision to go for that 3-point shot in that backside corner, that ghost pass or that hammer pass. Just unfortunately went out of bounds.
Ooh, dangerous pass there, corralled by the freshman Chambers, and he's immediately fouled. And Claude Chambers is going to go to the free throw line where he has not been tonight. Benji Prince picked up his 3rd foul. You talk about big moments. You got a freshman on the road late in the game, tight game at the free throw line. And he's had some big moments tonight for Springfield at both ends of the floor as we see Yarbrough come back out and Fowler go back in. 5 points, 4 boards, and an assist for the freshman Claude Chambers. And he makes 1 out of 2. And it's a 6-point game with 12 seconds left. Gillespie to Waybright. Prince from the corner, have to have it. Around and out. Barbie lost it. Waybright and 1 with 1.1 to go. 29 now for Liam Waybright. And the crowd, you heard, didn't really react because of how little time is left, but this could make it a 1-possession game.
That's Chapman's 5th foul as well.
And Andrew Perry's wanted to call a timeout.
2 seconds left, not 1.
He's got 2 left, and there it is. So Chapman fouls out. I mean, you think of Chapman tonight, he ends up with 11 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. So it's not like he had a bad game, but man, did the supporting cast get it done.
And they came through, and I think Chapman's defense, he exerted so much effort on that end because you look at what Connor Arrington, 4 of 10, 1 of 7 from the three-point line, only 10 points. 5 of those come in here in the fourth quarter. So Chapman scored points for his team. He just did it on the defensive end tonight.
And, you know, you look at Arrington for Station Camp, had a strong night when you look at the full stats. 10 points, 7 boards, 4 assists. But you said it early, you were also looking at kind of the Waybright versus Merritt showdown. And each of those guys had terrific games.
Waybright has been terrific. I mean, 29 points, I would imagine, is a career high for him, if I'm guessing. This is going to be a big free throw because you make this free throw. And once again, you still have a timeout. So you make this free throw, you cut it to 3, you've had success in your press. You never know. We've seen crazy things happen, but it starts with needing to make this free throw right here.
Waybright tonight, 8 of 9 at the stripe, 61% on the year. And he missed it, and that will do it. The Springfield Yellow Jackets, we said it at the top, they are a surging program. They have come on the road 2 weeks after beating the Bison in double overtime at home. They've knocked them off here at Station Camp, 62-58. What a performance by the Springfield Yellow Jackets. And they are now 4-1 in District 9. Station Camp drops to 2-3. The Yellow Jackets on the road get a big-time win. And we will talk to Anthony Griggs and the Jackets when we come back. Stay with us here on MyTV 30. Test. Yeah. Drew, can you hear me? You hear me? You hear me?
Okay. And then something about like what's next.
Benji Prince 8, Connor Arrington 10, and the leading scorer tonight, quarterback.
Back with you here at Station Camp where the Springfield Yellow Jackets get their 12th win of the year overall. They're 4th in District 9, a 62-58 nail-biter over Station Camp. Let's take a look at our Sonic player of the game, Live Free, Eat Sonic. This was a balanced effort tonight by the Yellow Jackets. Elijah Barbie came off the bench tonight and had a double-double, 14 points and 10 rebounds. They got a dozen from Level, 11 from Chapman, 13 from Merritt, and then a 14 and 10 night from Elijah Barbie, one of their 4 seniors, part of a terrific Springfield team that is surging as we approach mid-February. He's the Sonic player of the game. Let's go to the Josh Houston and Associates Coaches Corner for our trophy presentation. Josh Houston and Associates is your one-source Scholastic product experience. Drew Maddox is with Anthony Griggs.
Oh, thank you, Jeff. I'm here with a very, very happy Coach Griggs and a Springfield Yellow Jacket team. Coach, you just a great, great win. Let's start here. You know, we talked to you yesterday talking about the offensive end, first of all. Talk about the balance. 4 guys in double figures tonight, 51% from the field. And when Chapman went out with 4 fouls, Barbie in particular really stepped up.
Yes, sir. With that long delay off that we had, our biggest thing these past couple of practices was just getting in the gym, getting back in the field of things, getting shots up. We had some big guys step up, especially Elijah Barbie being a senior. He came in, especially after we played yesterday. He had a great game for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And then on the defensive end, your game plan, it looked like you guys were just locked in defensively, switching, making sure you got to the perimeter shooters, held Station Camp to 26% from the three-point line. Connor Arrington, 1 of 7. I know that was a focus point for you as well.
Yes, sir. Connor's a great shooter. We knew if Connor got going earlier, that kind of with this big crowd that for his homecoming, how big it would be for him. So our biggest thing was, hey, just run him off the line, stay in front of him, make things tough for him. And we did a great job of that tonight. We put multiple guys on him just to give them different looks, and our guys executed like we needed them to.
That's beautiful, Coach. I know now you sit at 4-1 in the district. You got some big district games coming up. What do you think is possible for this team as you guys finish this regular season, start to look at postseason? What is the ceiling for this group?
The ceiling is hopefully state. We want to get to that state tournament. One of our coaches is the only coach that's been to state play as a player, so our goal is to get back there. We can get there. We have a big game tomorrow. We have to get ready for a quick turnaround against Portland. They're sitting at number 1, and that's going to be a nice matchup for us. It was a big battle last time we played, so we're looking forward to that tomorrow. Like I tell the guys, we control our own destiny right now. We just have to take care of us.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations on behalf of My TV 30. Congratulations, the Champions Trophy presented to the Springfield Yellow Jackets and Coach Griggs. Jeff, back over to you.
Well, 2 weeks ago at Springfield, it was a 60-56 final in double overtime. Tonight, a 62-58 final in regulation as the Yellow Jackets take the regular season series over Station Camp here in District 9. And Elijah Barbie holding up the trophy after a 14-point, 10-rebound performance for Anthony Griggs and Springfield. They go to 12-8. Station Camp drops to 15-7. And that's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. For Drew Maddox and our entire outstanding crew, led by Steve Mann, Lee Scott, and Travis Porterfield, Jeff Hem signing off. We remind you that all of us would like to take a moment to thank the wonderful sponsor partners, Sonic, South College, Bart Durham Injury Law, and UA Local 572, who through their contributions to the program make these games possible for you viewers at home. We'd also like to thank our other great sponsors, supporters, for their contributions to our 2026 high school hoops telecasts, Tennessee Home Buyers, Josh Houston and Associates. And we'd especially like to thank tonight's participating high schools and their administrators for their continued support, Springfield, and our host tonight, Station Camp High School. Don't forget, join My TV 30 Sports again next Friday for another high school hoops matchup. We stay in Sumner County on February the 13th, heading right down the road to Beach as the Buccaneers host the Hawks of Green Hill in a District 7 showdown. We hope you join us then. Again, the final tonight, Springfield 62, Station Camp 58. Thanks so much for being with us, and good night from Sumner County. You've been watching Sonic High School Hoops, presented by South College on My TV 30.